Pilots and passengers. The world is changing and a mass awakening is on the cards. Spiritual growth will occur and life as we know it will change. We are more than just flesh and blood. We are souls on a journey, experiencing what it is like to be human. Learning and developing ourselves spiritually is the goal. Everything that happens in our life happens for a reason, especially the bumps in the road and obstacles. But we aren't here to be controlled, pushed around and limited by darker groups, such as secret societies like the Freemasons. That is not part of our path. In my last video, I discussed the mass awakening which is about to occur. I talked about what it means for us and why it's so important. This spiritual and physical awakening will manifest in different ways, and there may even be signs now that you are awakening. Some people might actually feel the changes taking place both physically and spiritually. You yourself might be experiencing something right now that shows that you are growing spiritually and growing as a person. Your eyes may be opening. You may be realising the true existence of the world, the true reality of spirit. In this video, we'll explore some of the signs that you are awakening. But first, if you'd like to support the channel, please subscribe to Dare to Fly Today and get ready to take flight. Turn on notifications so you get notified every time I upload a video, and share this video with others. Don't forget to check out my Ko-fi page where you can make a one-off donation to the channel to help support what I'm doing. You can also check out my Patreon where you'll get access to exclusive benefits such as the exclusive Dare to Fly Discord server and content before it gets uploaded on YouTube. Now, let's fly into today's video. How or why are you awakening? You are becoming in tune. You are developing and growing spiritually. Divine intervention may be taking place to ensure that you are on the right path and where you are supposed to be. These changes might be taking place because you're not on the right path right now. Your life path needs to be adjusted so you are exactly where you are supposed to be. And there are loved ones in spirit working to ensure that you are being pushed in the right direction. Part of that may be realising the true reality of the world and becoming more aware and awakened as to what is going on. How long does this take? Becoming aware or awakened does not have a set time frame. It can take as long as it takes. Every person is different. It's like tuning a radio. Sometimes radios can take a while to get into tune, whereas other times it's pretty quick and easy to find the right radio station. So what are the signs and symptoms of becoming awakened? A first symptom or sign that you are becoming aware is your emotions and feelings. You might be feeling weird, you might be feeling odd and feeling anxiety and dread, emotions that you're not used to feeling, something that is quite overwhelming and just takes you by surprise. These can manifest in mood swings. For example, you might start crying for no reason whatsoever, or being angry and irritable, getting mad at the people you love but you don't mean it. This is happening because you're sensing a difference. You're tuning into the fact that the energies around you are changing. Not just your energy is changing and tuning into a different frequency, but the world itself is changing. The energies are adapting and it's happening for a reason, and you are becoming sensitive and picking up on that. You might be more intuitive and listening to your gut feelings, being able to know when a situation is off or when something is going to go really well. These are all changes that could be taking place that mean that you are really growing spiritually. You can even start becoming an empath and being able to intuitively pick up on other people's emotions. You may have even already been an empath but not realised because you've been so spiritually limited. But now things are changing, so you are becoming more aware of what you are capable of doing. You might feel energy changes in different environments, different people. Walk into one place and feel off, but walk into another and love the energy. Another sign is that you are noticing spirit more, and it might take you by surprise. It might freak you out a little bit, but that's okay, because we're used to just thinking that the world is physical and that there isn't other dimensions and worlds, and that spirit actually exists and lives amongst us and around us all the time. This involves being more open-minded and aware and thinking that there is just more to life. You might see things in the corner of your eye that you just can't explain, like a black blob floating along, or even a person that might even take you by surprise and think, did I see that? If you see something, it's easy to jump to logic and try to explain it away. But there might be times when you just cannot explain what you've just seen or what you've just heard. Recognising signs from spirit is a great way to know that you are on a path of awakening and becoming more spiritually aware. You might notice synchronicity with numbers, seeing 333 all the time, 1111. I love to see 1111. When I see that, I know that I'm being loved and that there are people watching over me. Recognising that is just amazing. It doesn't just have to be numbers, it can be visits from butterflies, birds, animals, just out of nowhere coming and saying hello, getting close to you, allowing you to get close to them. Along with seeing things, you might be hearing things that aren't there. Hearing someone say your name, it can be quite crazy to hear and think about these things. Along with having weird dreams that just don't make sense, or dreams that answered a thought that you've had. Dreams that seem to be pushing you in a certain direction and telling you maybe of the future, not predicting the future, but sort of implying that the future is more positive, or that things are going to work out well for you. These can all be messages from Spirit, your loved ones trying to communicate with you and let you know that you are on the right path, a path of spiritual growth. Another sign is physical changes, and these can be quite uncomfortable sometimes. They don't have to be. They can be positive, but they can also be changes which are quite uncomfortable and weird. For example, hearing a ringing in your ears, which is very high pitched and kind of like when you hear a TV frequency that's really, really strong and almost stinging. It's often a sign that you are adjusting and becoming more spiritually aware. When I was becoming more awakened a few years ago and hearing things and seeing things, I would hear this high-pitched frequency sound in my ear. It'd often be in one ear, my left ear, or sometimes my right ear, but it would take me by surprise. It'd just come out of nowhere and really, I was like, what is that sound? But then it just went away, and after that, I was noticing more things spiritually. I realised my abilities a lot more easily and started to develop more, and generally just have more of an interest in spirit after that. You might have headaches that come and go, and it might be at certain times of the day, like a repeated time. You might have tingliness, your hair standing up on end. These can all be signs that spirit are around you and making changes to you and fiddling around in the background with your brain and your soul and your spirit. Sensing cold spots is another one, and that sort of plays in with being an empath, as you're able to pick up on different energy changes, including energy changes that physically manifest in the world, such as hot and cold spots, which can be signs that spirit is around you. An important sign is questioning the world around you and thinking that there is more to life. I've mentioned this before, but I think it's a really important point. You might start questioning the facts of things, questioning what is going on in the world and why you're here. Like, do you ever just sit sometimes and just think, oh my God, I'm here in this world. What is going on? Where did I come from? Moments like that may happen more frequently and you feel completely out of it, like you want to find out the answers to humanity, to the world. You'll question things that people tell you or that you see on TV, and then you might start distrusting certain news outlets such as the mainstream media, realising that they aren't there to watch over you and inform you correctly. They're there to cause division and fear and keep us under a form of control. And because of this, you'll start doing more of your own research and wanting to learn what you want to know. Part of that could be something you have a deep interest in. Part of that could be actually reading real news collected by real journalists who care about humanity, but also wanting to learn things about spirit and where we actually come from and originate from. This may manifest in a desire to meditate more, to try out something new that you've never really done before. Part of that could be meditation, sitting quietly, mindfulness, but maybe more meditation aimed at spirit communication, seeing what messages you can actively receive when you put your mind to it and your spirit to it. Not only may you start taking a look at spiritual things such as meditation, this may also be out of body. Things that are just fringe topics will be classed as fringe topics, such as the paranormal, out-of-body experiences like I've said, remote viewing, different forms of spirit communication. You might start taking an interest in that and wanting to learn more about it, along with other creative pursuits that you've wanted to do for such a long time that you've never really sat down and had a go at. Or it could be something you've never thought you'd be interested in and it sparked out of nowhere. For example, I've started having an interest in comic books. I never used to care about comic books, but now I do. But through meditation and through learning, I've realised that That is part of my plan. That is part of my path, is an interest in comic books for a reason, because of divine intervention. It doesn't have to be divine intervention, but it could be you getting put on the path that you need to be on. And part of that is taking part in something you love and developing a passion for something. But overall, it'll be a feeling that there is more to life than being in fleshy body bags. We are souls, we are individuals, and we all have this energy running through us. And you might be feeling that you want to know what that energy is and where we really do come from. And finally, another sign which I've briefly touched on is a desire to communicate with spirit. Whilst questioning the world that you live in and feeling that there is more to life, part of that could include this desire to want to communicate with spirit and learn more about the possibilities that there is life after death. If you're unsure about where to start with mediumship, you might get in contact with a well-respected trained medium, or you might realise that your natural ability to communicate with spirit, which I believe everyone has, may start coming out of its shell, and you start trying to receive messages in any way you can, be it through meditation, physical means such as Ouija boards, table tipping, or by joining a circle, an open or closed circle. I think this sign is the most wonderful sign, because you start to realise that you are loved, not just by your family and friends who are physically here on this earth, but your loved ones who have passed over and are in the spirit world watching over you and ensuring you are on the right path. Not only are they your spirit guides who are family members, they can be ascended masters, they can be honestly literally anyone, but they are there and their role is to take care of you. Learning who your spirit guide is and that your loved ones are on the other side watching over you is a wonderful feeling. And learning about your spirit guides is a great way to learn more about who you are, who they are, what their purpose is, and what our purpose is here on earth, being a part of humanity. Why are we here? What is the point if we are spirits? Well, part of it is knowledge and learning, which is why a spiritual awakening, I think, will be so wonderful, as we're able to learn more about life. Should you be concerned about any of these signs or symptoms you may be experiencing? Overall, no, because it's just a temporary change. Change can be uncomfortable, but it happens for a reason, to put you on the right path as to where you're supposed to be. And part of that involves growing spiritually and changing spiritually, which can manifest physically. Embrace the process and recognise that what you're experiencing now is essential for your growth. You will feel amazing and thankful that you've gone through this process and that you are able to recognise the true nature of the world that we live in. If you are concerned, try connecting with others who are on a similar path to you. Try reach out to others who are experiencing the same things as you and have the same mindset. You are not alone, trust me, you will not be alone on this journey whatsoever. I've been through it, I know other people who've been through it, my family have been through it. It's a wonderful journey of change that should be embraced. But I'd like to add, if you are really concerned about any physical symptoms, and they do seem to be more than anything I've said in this video, do go to a doctor to get checked. I'm not a doctor, but if any of these physical symptoms that you may be having are causing you a great deal of discomfort, then really do go to the doctor to make sure that you're alright. With a mass awakening set to happen very soon on a global scale, things are about to change. Energies are shifting and people are picking up on this. If you are sensing this energy shifting, this might be a sign that you are awakening and you are just embarking on your journey of spiritual growth. The signs and symptoms of awakening and becoming aware of what is going on in this world, not only physically, what we see around us, but spiritually, will vary from person to person. Changes for one person may be physical. They physically feel the changes as they're developing and becoming more aware, whereas others may feel it emotionally and they may even start receiving messages from spirit about what is happening. Overall, we will all flourish and develop spiritually, and it'll be a wonderful experience. It's an experience that has been on the cards for a very long time and is coming into place now for a reason. We will no longer be controlled and live in fear. We will be spiritual beings who can pursue our passions and have a desire to learn about everything, not just in the physical world but the spiritual world. I'd like to say, if you'd like to support the channel, please subscribe to Dare to Fly today and get ready to take flight. Turn on notifications so you get notified every time I upload a video, and share this video with others. Leave me a comment down below if you've experienced some of these signs and symptoms, or have been through a journey of awakening and have become awakened. If you want to support the channel, please check out my Ko-fi page where you can make a one-off donation to the channel to help support the content that I create, along with my Patreon where you'll get access to exclusive benefits such as access to the Dare to Fly Discord server and content before it goes on YouTube. I really appreciate all of your support, and it means so much to me that you are on this journey with me. I love you all very much, and I hope you have a wonderful, blessed day. Lots of love and light to you all. And as always, fly high, fear less.